days when the rains came down in a hollow, playing a new game, laughing and a running, hey, skipping and a jumping in the misty morning fog with our hearts a thumping. Oh, and you, a brown-eyed girl, were you my brown-eyed girl? Today's song is Brown-Eyed Girl by Van Morrison. I'm playing it with the capo on the 5th fret just to accommodate my voice. I can't quite sing in the key he sings it. It's really high. But today's lesson is perfectly accurate to the original. All you have to do is the chords we learned today, you just take the capo off and you play them lower on the neck. The version I'm going to show you today is tested. It's tried and true. I've played it live. In fact, I recently just did that at a farm-to-table dinner, and it's really beginner-friendly. So let's get right into it. It's only got one strumming pattern, and that's going to be the famous down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. What you'll want to do is get comfortable with that, practice it, memorize it, and then you're going to want to speed it up because the song goes pretty quick. The real tempo is somewhere around here. Down, down, up, down. It's got a real energetic, peppy kind of feel to it. So you'll want to get your strumming up to that point. Let's look at the verse chords. So it's made up of basically 4 chords and just that one strumming pattern. Our first chord is going to be a G. And that's a G major. Second chord is going to be a C add 9. You can do a regular C here, but it's going to be a lot more complicated. Beauty of a C add 9 coming from a G is that your ring finger never has to move. You can see my ring finger is not moving as I'm switching. And take a look at the pointer and middle fingers. They've kind of created this position next to each other, and all you have to do is move that up and down to go back and forth between the G and the C. So go with a C add 9 here. It'll make it way easier. All right, our third chord is going to be G again. So that's a relief. And the fourth chord is a D. So we've got G, C, G, D. That's something you want to practice. When I learned the song, I practiced that without strumming. I just wanted to memorize the verse chords. Now let's add in our strumming and let's do it really slow. So 2, 3, 4, G, down, up, down, C, down, up, down, G, down, up, down, D, down, up, down. What you'll want to do is practice that and speed it up slowly as you get more comfortable. Remember, the goal is that energetic tempo of the original. Something like down, up, down. And that's the beauty of the verse. That's really all it is. Whatever happened to Tuesday and so slow? Going down to the old mine with a transistor radio. Standing in the sunlight laughing, hide behind a rainbow's wall. Slipping and a sliding all along the waterfall. So you see, I was just doing those 4 chords. That takes care of all 3 verses. So we've already learned a huge chunk of the song. Next, let's look at the chorus. So the chorus is just a little bit longer, so there's more chords to memorize, but let's take it in a couple of bites. Okay, so the chorus will be C add 9, and remember, we're coming from a D chord. That's where the verse chord progression ends, and it's really important to kind of connect those 2 things. So chorus is going to start on a C add 9. Then we've got a D. Then we've got a G. And now we've got an E minor. Now I do an E minor 7 here, and once again, that's to be able to keep my ring finger down on that 3rd fret of the B string. Makes it a lot easier than going from a G and jumping all the way to a standard E minor. And remember, we've got a chord coming up next where you're going to want your ring finger on that 3rd fret B string note. So let's look at those once more. C, D, G, and E minor 7 with your ring finger down. Add in our strumming, 2, 3, 4, C, down, up, down, D, down, up, down, G, down, up, down, E minor 7, down, up, down. Next, let's take the second bite out of the chorus. It's going to start the same way. C to D to G. Now in the first part, here's where we went to that E minor 7. But in the second part, you're going to end it with a D. So both parts of the chorus start the same way. C, D, G. It's where they finish that's different. First part finishes on an E minor 7, and then the second part finishes on a D. So let's take a look at that with the strumming and a little bit of singing. And you, my brown-eyed girl, E minor 7. Were you my brown-eyed girl? Now D. And we are back to the verse. That's how all of the verses end, of course, with a chorus. So now you've got the 3 verses and the 3 choruses of the song, and there's just one other part to learn, and we've got the whole thing. And that's the part that goes, do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la, and etc., etc. Now that part's really clever because at the end of the chorus, okay, so we would be like C, D, G, and then D. Instead of being the end of the chorus, I mean, I guess it is, it's actually the beginning of this do you remember when part. And you're just going to hold a D for that. So, do you remember when we used to sing? And you hold a D and you can just do our strumming pattern there. And when he goes to the sha-la-la part, you can just do the verse chords. So there's nothing new to learn. Okay, and let's put that together with the D. So 2, 3, 4. Do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-da-da? Okay, so that part, I don't know what you want to call that. We can just maybe call it a bridge. Be lazy, call it a bridge. That's pretty much the whole song. There's just the intro and the interlude. So let's take a look at those. It's got that famous, that part. But that doesn't lend itself very well to playing live as a solo acoustic artist. So what I do is I borrow from the bass. And the bass has got this cool line that goes. So let's look at that bass line together. The first shape is just like the bottom of a G chord. So you've got 3rd fret on the low E and 2nd fret on the A string. It's going to go like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Now the next part is going to be the bottom notes of a C chord, actually. So 3rd fret of the A, 2nd fret of the D string. And that's going to go like this. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And on beat 4, you're actually going to grab the 4th fret note on your D string. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So listen to those two together. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So we're thinking like a bass player here. My next note is on the 5th string. That's where that 4th fret note is leading to. So 5th fret on the D. So you play the note 1, 2, and on beat 2, you're silent. On the and of 2, you're going to go back to the low G note. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. That part is very similar to the first part where we went 1, 2, and 3, and 4. It's just the first G note is now on the 5th fret of the D string. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. The next note we're going to is another 5th fret note, and that's going to be on the A string. So grab that with your pinky. And this next part is going to sound like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1. And what I'm doing there is I'm doing a couple of picks on this 5th fret note. 1, 2, and 3. For the and 4, 1. I'm all on the low E string. And 4, 1. And that final note, you can play a single note or you can do a full G chord. Here's the whole intro. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So I know that part can be tricky, but if you had trouble with it, just rewind, watch it again. I've got the notes on the screen and I've got the demonstrations for the rhythm. Just practice it bit by bit and you will get it. But it's really helpful to have that under your fingers for the intro. Hey, where did we go? And you're on your way. It's a really fun way to introduce the song. Now there's another bit here where there's an interlude. So after you play the do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la da-da, oh, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la da-da. So I don't know if you caught what I did there, but again, I come out of that sha-la-la part thinking like a bass player. So the first thing I do, coming out of that bridge, I play the D. And I sort of hold on to the G with my pinky and ring finger. And again, I'm thinking like a bass player, so I play that. So that's just 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. So you kind of play some notes and you mute some notes as well. And it's really cool and fun. and it kind of brings the song down a little bit. And I do that just for, a couple of counts of 4. And from there, we can go into our intro. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Let me demonstrate coming out of the bridge. Sha-la la 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 ta-da. So I define my way. So you can kind of see how that works. Again, that will be tricky, but with enough practice, you'll get it, and it works really well. So that's my beginner-friendly version of Brown Eyed Girl. If the intro and interlude give you trouble, don't worry so much about those. You can really just strum a G there until you're ready to start the verse in the beginning of the song or in the middle of the song when you're ready to start it over again. I don't want those to discourage you from playing the song. I just wanted to include them in case you wanted to challenge yourself and do a version that's a little bit, truer to the original. Give this some work, practice hard, get it under your fingers, and have a blast playing it. I'll see you in the next lesson.